Today I wanted to talk about information that your agent can provide you about a house that you're interested in, and what information you should be asking for before you purchase a home. Note that not all of these avenues are sometimes available to your agent or to the public, but the more you ask, the more you get to know about the house that you're going to invest in. Normally when I'm booking viewings for purchasers, the first showing, I just kind of let you get a feel for the house. So do you like the layout? Do you like the finishing? Is it going to work for you? And then once you decide that, yeah, this house is a contender, we might be interested in putting an offer in, that's when I dig deeper into the property history and kind of all the stuff that I'm going to go through today. There are a few different avenues that you can look into. Some of them are public as well, and so you don't necessarily need to ask your real estate agent for them, but your agent obviously can get that information for you as well. So the first one is about permits. So the City of Winnipeg has a public website that you can go to. You type in the address of the property that you want, and this is City of Winnipeg specific, and so if you're looking for something rural, there may be a little bit more to finding this information. But you type in the address in the City of Winnipeg, and they will let you know. I believe their records go back to 2002, and before that it's just a little bit, the information isn't quite the best, but after 2002, it will let you know if permits have been pulled and if a permit is closed. So if there's a new deck, if there's been an addition on the property, if there's been extensive bathroom or kitchen renovations, things like that, it'll let you know if the sellers pulled a permit for that. If note that, just because there's a bathroom renovation and there was no permit pulled, maybe there didn't need to be. Maybe they just updated the vanity and the flooring, and in that case, that wouldn't necessarily need a permit to be pulled. So that's stuff that you and your agent can discuss. And making sure that all of the permits are closed is important, because the land titles office actually won't transfer the title to another purchaser unless that permit is closed. And so if they pull the deck permit and they built the deck, but it hasn't been inspected or it hasn't been approved by the city, that needs to be done before they'll transfer the title over. So that's why that's something important to kind of look for. And again, your real estate agent should have all the specifics on, whether that'll be closed, kind of what the details are on that. The second one is the property tax assessment of Winnipeg. So again, it's a public website, the City of Winnipeg website. You can type in the address and find out what the City of Winnipeg assesses the taxes at, and what value they give the house. Keep in mind, so this is not a market value of the house. The City of Winnipeg doesn't know what kind of finishings, is it marble flooring or is it carpet? They don't necessarily know those things about the house, but they do take certain things into consideration: how many rooms, the square footage of the lot, whether the basement's finished, whether there's a garage, things like that, whether there's a pool, fireplace, etc. And so it kind of gives you, a bit of an idea. It's just more information for you. There's a couple of things to notice on that as well. On the public website, if there, it says basement finished, yes or no. So if it says no and the basement actually is finished, the City of Winnipeg is not taking that into consideration for the value of the house. And if there is a finished basement on the listing, the City of Winnipeg may come by and want to take a look at your finished basement. That doesn't always happen, but it's something to consider for sure. You want to make sure that it kind of mixes well with what you're seeing in the house. So that's another value-added piece of information. And then the home's on-market history. So I say on-market history because real estate agents can only see the history of when the house was listed on MLS with a real estate agent. So if it was listed but the agent didn't put it on MLS, or if it was privately sold, we don't necessarily have access to that information, but we do have access to the home's MLS history. So we can go back and see what, upgrades, if the home was on the market previously, what the previous owner has done or hasn't done to the home, and we can let you know what it was sold for and when it was sold. Sometimes this information is relevant, sometimes it's not relevant. We have information dating back to the 1990s, so if it was sold for $32,000 in 1990, it's really not relevant to the value today. It just shows you how much prices have gone up in the last, 30 years. But it is good information to know. Sometimes when a home, was owned by somebody for 10 years and they've done extensive renovations, it also speaks to the value that the current owner has put on the house. If they've done absolutely nothing and just kind of let the house be run down, or have they consistently updated things and brought the value up. Another kind of area of information when you're interested in a house is your real estate agent will be able to see comparable properties and what they've recently sold for. So this is just to make sure that the house is listed at an appropriate price and what it's likely to sell for. So this information kind of gives you an idea. If it's been on the market for 50 days and it's listed at $300,000, well, maybe it's a good idea to do that assessment to see what it should actually sell for. And that's another piece of information that your real estate agent can provide you, is how many days it's been on the market, not just this time that it's been listed, but if it's been listed previously this year. Maybe it was listed in July for 2 months and then they took it off the market, and then it was listed again in September at $5,000 less or $10,000 more. Your agent can provide you with that kind of history as well. And then if they've dropped the price recently, and so that may also be an indicator. If it was on the market for $300,000 and then they just dropped the price to $280,000, the sellers may be a little bit less inclined to move on the price if they just dropped the price $20,000, right? That also might mean an increase in activity. So if it's been on the market for 50 days, but they just dropped the price, that means more people may be interested in the house at this new price than at the previous price. So yeah, that's just some of the information that your real estate agent can provide you about a house that you're interested in. A little benefit to using your own agent is that they're going to give you all of this information because they don't necessarily care if you purchase this house or if you purchase a different house. They have no stake in the house that you're purchasing currently. They have a stake in you finding the best house for the best value, right? Because they want to keep you a happy buyer. So a good buyer's agent is going to give you all of this information, and they're going to make sure that you're protected in your next investment. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like